As I sat down, I was thinking, it seems like it's been a long time since I've done one of these. And then I realized it actually has been. Last month was the one that I did back in February, and I kept pushing it back for various reasons. So as far as actually doing one of these, it's been 2 months. So it's kind of odd on my end. But what I wanted to do this month is pretty simple. I'm not even going to say it's short. It seems like every time I say it's going to be short, it ends up not being that short. So, but I wanted to elaborate on something with the abandoned exploration videos. If you watch the abandoned strip club in Texas video, I added a bit near the beginning saying that what I posted was an edited version of the original video. And I had taken out any references to an exact location, and also took out shots of the outside of the building. And the main reason I added that to the video was so if there seemed like odd cuts, that was why. Now, they probably only seemed odd to me because I knew what the original finished product looked like, and nobody else seemed to notice anything. But the reason I cut out all that stuff was for various reasons. The straw that broke the camel's back was the situation with James the Fam and his friend Chelsea. Though, for those that don't know, they got into a little bit of hot water. James was actually arrested twice in like a 2-week span. And if I understand everything correctly, and I'm not 100% sure I got all this right, but from what I understand, what happened was someone that watched a couple of his exploration videos or just knew where he was going or something called the police and claimed they went in and did a bunch of damage. Like I say, I'm not totally clear, but I think maybe someone called saying they were the owners of the property when they actually weren't. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, none of it was true. Even the police seemed to know that it wasn't true. And I know James and Chelsea and Omar Gosh and all of those bigger YouTubers like that, they have the same philosophy as myself and What's Paranormal and anybody that we have collaborated with. We take only pictures and leave only footprints. And sometimes we don't even leave the footprints. So part of the decision was I didn't want anybody doing that to us. I don't think smaller channels like this have to worry too much about these aggressive trolls like James the Fam does, but you never know. Somebody else could see what happened, come across something that they recognized, and just decide to do the same thing just to be a butt. But the thing is, this was something I had been thinking about for a while. I've done abandoned exploration for years, just not on video. For a long time, it was just something I was interested in. I didn't even so much as take still pictures. It was just for the interest of myself and whoever happened to be with me, if anybody was with me. I mentioned in a live stream a while back that there was an apartment building I went into a few years ago. I didn't even have a camera with me or anything. I just went in and walked around. I really wish I had a video camera with me, because that would have been a really good video. But that was long before I was doing this on YouTube. So when I started doing YouTube videos, it's not like I was part of the urban exploration community on YouTube or anything. I was just doing what I was doing and taking videos while I did it. It was kind of like two separate things. Presentation of a video and the exploration. To me, part of the presentation of what made a better video was to take shots of the outside, talk about where it was, take a look at the surroundings. Now, as I went along and started watching more and more videos from others that had been doing this on YouTube much longer than I had, I caught wind that most of them advised not to do that. Don't take detailed shots of the outside or give any indication of the exact location. And, you know, this is mostly so some of the scummy people that might be watching the video don't find the place and tear it up. I really didn't think it would be a problem around here. You may hear the church bell in the background, by the way. We have a lot of small communities around here, and pretty much everything here that is abandoned is well known to be abandoned. I really didn't think making a YouTube video would increase any vandalism or anything like that. But then, and I'll go ahead and say where it is because it's already out there, the school in Leon, Oklahoma. And of course that was, you know, these were paranormal investigation video, but kind of, some of the videos we do are kind of both. It's abandoned exploration and paranormal, and they kind of go hand in hand sometimes. But the first time I went to Leon, to the school there, I think it was in February of 2018. Of course, it was at night. Didn't really get a good look at much of anything. But we went back in July of 2018 with George TV, the fam, and the Steel one. They all came down, and we spent a little more time there with the daytime video, and got a good look around the place. Well, then 7 months later, February of 2019, we went back with April from Entity Paranormal Investigators. And the amount of damage that had been done to that school in just 7 months was a little shocking. And, well, shocking seems like a strong word, but for lack of a better one. Now, maybe it had nothing to do with the videos we put on YouTube. Small towns where there isn't much to do, bored teenagers, believe me, I get it. I lived it. And at a time that there was no internet or all the gadgets we have now. So I know what it's like to be young and bored in a small town. But at the same time, this is a school that has been closed around 30 years. And suddenly in 7 months, between doing videos, there's all this damage that's done. I couldn't help but wonder if that had something to do with it, and it bothered me. You know, part of the appeal of abandoned buildings is that it's a little piece of history, and I would love nothing more than to go into something like an abandoned school and it be just as it was the last day they had classes there. It would be like walking into a time warp. I don't like seeing the graffiti and the broken windows and all of that. So I don't know if any of my videos has inspired vandalism of any kind at that school or anywhere else. But from now on, I'm going to try and make sure it's not possible for my videos to lead to that, or at least make it far less likely. And if people did go into that school because they saw it in my videos and they found out where it was and they went there and they tore the place up, that's my fault. It's my mistake for doing the videos the way I was doing them. And all I can do is do things differently from here on out. Of course, it might not be much of a problem because we were really starting to run out of places to go around here. You know, I keep looking, but you know, everything I find is a 3 or 4 hour drive away. And you know, you figure 3 hours there, 3 hours back, and the time spent there, you know, that's a full day. And then of course, you know, the expense of going, gas and such. My channel is not monetized, so I'm bringing in zero money from it. What's Paranormal is monetized, but they are still pretty small and they don't exactly have $100 bills falling on top of them. So the abandoned places might be fewer and farther between as it is, but well, maybe that's another topic for another day. You know, I do have a couple of videos where I do talk about the location of places, but there are different kinds of videos. I don't think it's going to be a problem. One of them isn't even really going inside a building. The interesting part is outside and right on a main highway. So I don't think I would be revealing any secrets there. But I just wanted to explain my thinking on that, and if anybody is interested in doing abandoned exploration or exploration videos, don't get too detailed on the location. Not everybody that wants to find these places has the best intentions. Okay, well, coming up on the channel, I wanted to put up some videos I've had in my pocket about places going in opposite directions. And it's kind of along these same lines of this abandoned topic. If you remember the Concho Indian Boarding School, which that's a well enough known place around here, I don't think giving that location really meant much. There have been a lot of storms and flooding in that area, and right now it's not even a sure thing that place will be standing much longer. They have the thing closed off, and you can't get in it right now. From what I hear, the roof is in really bad shape. I do have a video ready from that location. I'll put it up in a couple of weeks. But next Monday, I've got a video taking a walk around the outside of the Baker Hotel in Mineral Wells. And this is a place that was built in 1929 and closed in 1970. There have been several attempts to restore it over the years, and they've fallen short. And, well, as we speak, they are beginning a major renovation and are scheduled to actually have the place open in about 3 years. And they're even taking reservations for rooms. So I want to go ahead and put up that video. Might be the last look in its abandoned state that we get. I'll put that up next Monday. And again, that is a very well-known place around here, so I'm not worried about giving the location. It's no longer abandoned anyway. And we don't go inside, it's just around the outside of it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the ride. And in keeping with the theme, our outtake is from the Concho Indian Boarding School. The last time we took a trip up there, I was doing my intro when a helpful Henrietta decided to chime in. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment, not necessarily in that order. And I will see you next time. Well, this shot should look familiar to at least some of you. I've come back to the Concho Indian Boarding School in Concho, Oklahoma.
El Reno.
What?
El Reno.
Well, it's Concho, outside El Reno.
Well.
Smarty pants.
Oh, whatever. My bad.
It's technically Concho.
Okay, so we're in Concho.